Last day of February, I think, today, 28th of February 2023, and day off. We're just heading across to Tung Chung. Haven't had a look how far it is, probably about 8 k's, maybe, something like that. And going up the mountain over probably something like Tiger's Head, I think it's called. Don't know. Anyway, we'll see where and what it is on our way.
So that means we're going up a mountain, so that means there's going to be stairs, and so you'll hear some more complaining, and this is where we start going up.
And if you back up, you can probably see, or you can see the reflection there.
In that window you can see the reflection of the mountain that we're going to climb. This is the back of our buildings, so we live in the second apartment block back there, which is called Neo Horizon. We're climbing up that mountain there and then over the other side. So
already somebody up there walking.
Huh. And you can't have private cars here in DB, so this is a little DB golf buggy, and they can be privately run, and apparently the car parking spaces are really expensive. This car here, it says DBR 348. It's like an internal taxi. So off we go. Up, up, up. Now let me just show you, these steps are not easy steps. Anyway, enough about the steps. And they're about 2-step heights. I don't know if you can see. This is my knee. So it's like you have to go up. Anyway, steps. We've only just started and I'm puffing like a banshee. Steps. We've only climbed a little bit. And up we go. Really different feels to paths in Australia. You can imagine the water gushing down here in the wet season. Jumpers off, sunglasses on. This is looking over across our island, and in the distance is Peng Chau Island. This is our building to the left, and up we go.
Well, here we are. We're just above our apartment level. We're about 28th floor equivalent. So it's our block, the one to the left there, with the hole going through the building. We're on the left side, and 2 floors down from the top. So we get the view out straight ahead. Bit of a shame we're not two floors higher. Magnificent view of Hong Kong. We've already got a magnificent view of Hong Kong.
And still we go up. Jeff's work is over there. You can see the plane leaving. So behind that mountain is Jeff's work. Scarlett, our landlord, told me about this park, and she said when you get to the first top, you either turn right, and that takes you to Sunny Bay, which is where we catch the train into town, or you turn left to go to Tung Chung. So we're going to turn left, little climb, And then, is that Lion's Head up there, Jeff? Or is Tiger's Head? Or is there more after that?
No, that's it, I'm pretty sure.
Yay. I'm looking across at the reclaimed land that has become, what is it, Cheplatkok, which is the airport. Looking across over there to Tuan Mun, where we got our Hong Kong IDs. This is the path on this road, this hill that goes to Sunny Bay. This is looking back down at our place and Discovery Bay and Peng Chau Island and Hong Kong in the distance. And we still have this to ascend, which is the Tiger's Head. And I guess we'll have 360-degree unobstructed views then. And on we go. Just loving it. Down on our building. And this is the last push up to what we thought was Tiger's Head, but Jeff said no, that's behind this. We'll keep going. Very steep. So we've reached this rock, which is what we thought originally was the summit and Tiger's Head after doing this climb. But Tiger's Head is still somewhere over there. Yeah. Oh yes. This bit looks like a much easier climb. Still ascending, but the path is much easier. The new growth on whatever this bush is just really pretty. Looks a little bit like a photinia. Red, orange, new growth that darkens to a green as it matures. For those who watched the video about getting our Hong Kong ID, we caught a bus that went across this bridge and then it went down here and went under the water. So there's a tunnel under the water that goes all the way across to just on the other side of where that ship is.
And that ship is just crossing where the tunnel is.
Ah.
Like the front of it is right where the tunnel is.
Huh.
Got a map.
Great. And it comes out on the other side and then drives around to this town that you can see over here called Tuan Mun. But Tuan Mun.
Tung Chung, Tung Mun. Tung Mun.
Tung Mun. And then that's called the Gold Coast over there, which I think is a bit of a tourist place too.
And clear a day, we'll be able to see China. China's just over there.
So we're saying to ourselves, well, maybe that's Tiger's Head.
It is.
But as you can see, it's still a big ascent from where we thought, you know, when we got to that big rock, it was like, yes, we'll have arrived. And now we have another big climb. And hopefully when we get there, there won't be any more. Oh, there's more. Looking back at where we've come from. And more stairs. Up, up, up. Just lovely. I'm trying to capture how hard it is to walk up these stairs, but I think nothing really captures it. I'm looking around to the airport and more stairs. So we think we're at Tiger's Head, and we're just going to do our 360 view, and then we're going to head along this path that you can see, head down into Tung Chung, but just seeing these mountains that are higher than this, still on this island that we have to climb. I think that Jeff thinks that might be Lantau Peak. But panning around and having a look, the little town here that you can see, that's Mui Wo, and we have hiked there from Discovery Bay, the reservoir and the golf course, which we haven't walked on but looks beautiful.
2.3 k's.
In an hour and a half we've walked 2.3 k's, and we haven't stopped that much for photos. It's just been straight up. So just coming around a bit further, this is looking down. This is Ping Chau, the island that I walked around and did a video on. This is Discovery Bay, the South Plaza area, the beach, the headland, and then this is the North Plaza area. And we're looking down now on our building, just down there, with Disneyland, Sunny Bay on the other side, and these are the trails that we have walked along.
Here we are. Well, here we are at the at our target, which is, we think it's called Tiger's Peak, but on the map it's called, which may be the English, Lo Fu Tau. It feels like we've hiked about 3,000 feet high. It's just been straight up. If you look down, we started down there at our apartment, and just it's been straight up, a real slog. Only 2.3 k's walking, but an hour and a half. So that's a bit of a measure of the difficulty in what we've done. There's a couple of people down here. That's a viewing point. It shows on the map, Lo Fu Tau viewing point, 465 metres. So that's a bit over 1,500 feet. So 1,550 feet, I think. We did have a helicopter go past, and it was showing 1,150 feet altitude, and it seemed a little bit lower than us. So 1,500 feet might be pretty close up here.
And onward and upward, or onward and downward, as we go along to Tung Mung. No, where are we going? Tung Chung. Tung Chung. Yeah. I'm not sure if you can tell at all with this camera that we've got, because you can't zoom in. But on the other side of the water you can see the land, and in the haze behind that there's a...
Behind that mountain.
Yeah, behind the mountain there's a gazillion high-rise buildings, and that is Shenzhen, China. And when the borders open to tourists, I think in June, we'll pop across and put our foot in China proper and have an explore. This is the path that we're going to follow to head down either into Tung Chung or Mui Wo. And I'm just taking this video because the spring growth on the trees reminds me of autumn leaves in the northern hemisphere. Really pretty. one of the things that Jeff and I like to do is geocaching, and we have found a geocache just near here, and the description says that this is one of the most beautiful views and it reminds the person of Interlaken, and I think that's because of the greenery of the golf course and the little lake that's there. Really pretty. Lower down, there's lots of vegetation. Shade. It's protected from the winds. Very pretty. This is the back of the Discovery Bay golf course. We haven't worked all of that out yet, but I think it's out of our reach to play a game. I think it's like really, really, really expensive to play here. I'll find out and I'll let you know how much it costs. So Jeff's done some research. To be, you can't be a casual player here. There are no visitors allowed. So you have to be a member or be accompanied by a member. To be a member, it costs 4 million Hong Kong dollars, which is approximately 750,000 Australian dollars. But that membership lasts for 25 years. So that's
and there are likely going to be ongoing.
And then there's annual fees on top of that. So that is approximately $30,000 Australian per year for your membership. But you have to pay 4 million Hong Kong dollars up front. And you'd better like Discovery Bay and plan to be here for a long time because your membership is for 25 years. So we have reached the T intersection. Come back to film it a bit more. And because we can, we've tossed a coin and we're going to turn left and we're going to go down to Mui Wo. And if we turned right, we would be going to Pak Mong, and Pak Mong I think goes then to Tung Chung. But this is the way we're going to go. So we're on the path to Mui Wo, and it's a very developed path. It's a concrete path. And Jeff was just saying that you could do this path in the wet because it's got channels that for all the water. Drains.
Monsoon drains.
Monsoon drains. Here we are looking down on Mui Wo, which is where we're going to end up, and I think that's Tung Chung in the background. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but looking forward to exploring that. So we're entering into the villages. This is the first house as we enter into the Mui Wo area with their crops. Coming into suburbia. Just realising that we're on the Hong Kong Olympic Trail, 4 kilometres to the road that way and 1.16 I guess to Mui Wo. Looks like end of the road, a temple, There's a sign for a taxi. Mui Wo, this way. Oh, look at this, Jeff. Mui Wo silver mine.